Hey guys, Zaman
and Christina
from Our Rich Journey.
We are so excited about this video because we are going to share with you our plans for 2021. If you've been following our channel, you know our channel is all about making money, saving money, and investing money on the road to financial independence. Aman and I were on that road for 8 years. We reached financial independence and we retired early here in Portugal. So we have a lot of plans for what we want to do in 2021 and we want to share them with you.
And this is one of the great things about being FIRE, is that we have the ability to choose how we spend our time. We no longer work a 40-hour week. Instead, those are 40 hours that we've taken back to do with them what we see fit. And in 2021, we have some exciting plans ahead of us. I mean, when we were pursuing FIRE, we were envisioning a life like this. We weren't running from something, we were running to something, to the activities and the interests that we love to do. So this is falling right in line with our overall plans.
If you have been watching our channel, you know that we are all about planning. We talk about planning through your FIRE stages. We talk about planning after FIRE also. It's all about planning, but it's also about taking action. So if you have plans for 2021, make sure you leave them in the comment below and hold yourself accountable throughout 2021 so you can achieve those plans. So let's start with our plans. We're gonna start with our first plan for 2021, and that has to deal with real estate.
So Christina and I have a real estate investing history, and we've shared a lot of our investments with you on this channel. We recently just bought a house in Portugal. It's not considered an investment, but we always treat every home purchase like an investment. But in 2021, we are planning on doing more investing in the real estate market here in Portugal. Now, we have been researching the market for quite some time. We were doing it in order to buy our primary residence, but that research has translated over into an investment property that we are going to be buying in 2021. So when we invest in real estate, our investment plans get very specific, all the way down to the neighborhood level. And for our research, what we are identifying are two areas that we want to invest in. One area is in the city of Lisbon, and the other is along the Silver Coast. We'll divulge more information in a future video, but these are the areas that we are focusing on. And one thing that we are finding is that rents and real estate prices are falling in both of these areas. And we see this as a good opportunity to be able to invest in 2021. I mean, there are a lot of economic factors dragging down the real estate market here in Portugal. And this is a time when you're an investor, you are looking for opportunities. And that is exactly what we are doing.
So we look at a lot of different factors when we are investing in real estate. And we recently found that the Portuguese Landlord Association has reported a 59% default in rents. Now, this is just a small sample size. It's only about 2,500 leases out of more than 700,000 in Portugal. But what this really indicates to us is that the greater defaults, as defaults rise, more landlords are gonna be trying to get rid of their properties. And because of this, there's gonna be a surplus of properties on the market, which is gonna result in falling housing prices. Now, another indicator that we're looking at is Portugal's Golden Visa program. It allows foreign investors to get a visa to live in Portugal if they invest in certain real estate properties in Portugal. So this program started in 2012. So since 2012, the Golden Visa program has resulted in 4.8 billion euros worth of foreign investments here in Portugal. Now, there was talk about making significant changes to this program, but because of the pandemic, there have been no changes. But what we have seen recently is that there is a significant reduction in the amount of investments that have been made through this Golden Visa program.
So when Christina says there has been a significant drop in investments through the Golden Visa program, she means drastic. Because in September, there was a 34% drop in investments year over year. And in October, there was 52%. These are tremendous drops in the amount of foreign investments coming into Portugal. So when you look at an increase in defaults and a decrease in foreign investments, what we are anticipating is an increase in supply and a decrease in demand. I know that may sound a little confusing, but it's our economic speak. But what it tells us is that there will be a surplus of housing on the market and the demand won't be there to buy this property. And this, what we anticipate, will result in lower prices. So those are our real estate investment plans. But now let's talk about our travel plans. Now, everybody probably has travel plans in 2021, considering what has happened in 2020. Well, we are just like you. And our daughters have been talking about going to New York City for the longest time, so we have to make a trip to New York City.
Now, we also want to head back to Japan, to Thailand, and to Hawaii, but all of that is contingent on the state of the pandemic and the vaccinations. Here in Portugal, they're set for 3 phases. So one thing about the vaccine program here in Portugal is that the vaccine is going to be made available to everyone and it's going to be free to everyone. Portugal has already secured 22 million doses from 6 different pharmaceuticals, including Moderna and Pfizer, and they're going to start rolling out the vaccine in the beginning of January. Like I mentioned, they're going to have 3 different phases. The first phase is going to be for people over 50 with certain pathologies. It's going to be available for people working and living in care homes and health and essential service personnel. Then the second group is going to be people over 65 and then also more people over 50 with other pathologies. And the third phase is for the rest of the entire population here in Portugal. So travel restrictions may change. We're not exactly sure when those restrictions will change, but our travel plans will really be contingent on that.
Our next plan is to learn more Portuguese. We were on such a good track, and like everything else in the world, things changed. And so we couldn't do our normal Portuguese lessons and have our casual conversations with people in the street like we used to. But we hope in 2021 things will change and that we can improve our Portuguese. We did a lot of things online and we're still doing things online. We talk to our neighbors, but we have a long way to go. So hopefully by the end of 2021, we will be doing a video in 95% Portuguese.
Now, if you've watched our previous videos, you know that we've talked a lot about communication here in Portugal. And a lot of people here actually speak English and we've had no communication barriers because of that. But we are really dedicating ourselves. We want to learn the Portuguese language and we want to become fluent. We can understand things now, but there is still a lot of work to go. It's a difficult language to learn, but we are hoping by the end of 2021, we are going to be fluent. Our next plan is to complete the renovations on this house that we bought, to finish the garden in the back, and to finally build our chicken coop in the backyard. Now, if you've seen our previous videos, we have been showing you our renovations of this property. We've done most of the top floor, and now we are working on the bottom floor. We are working on our master bedroom suite. We also have a lot to do out in the garden, and we still haven't started our chicken coop that we plan on building. Now, the girls have 2 weeks off for their winter holiday break. And so we're really gonna be able to put them to good use working on our master bedroom suite downstairs and also working on the garden and the chicken coop. So if you're interested in looking at our renovations, we will leave a link to the videos below. But one of the things we want to point out with our renovations is that everything has been completely smooth. We haven't had any hiccups. We haven't seen anything that's troublesome, that bothers us. And that's because we really did our due diligence when we were selecting our home and when we found this home. We're actually going to do a future video on our tips or things that people mess up when they buy a house here in Portugal. So be on the lookout for that.
And our next plan, and this is the one I'm looking forward to the most, is getting together with more people that are pursuing fire. You see, one of the things that we really looked forward to when we retired early was finding people also on this journey that we could exchange ideas with. People that were on the journey, people that had already achieved it, and people that have been living fire for a very long time. So we are looking forward to having more get-togethers, getting groups of people together to just exchange ideas.
So the plan for us is to begin doing that when everything is safe and people can travel again. But the idea is that we'll probably try and do things more often in Lisbon, since that's a pretty big central point where people travel to. So we would love to set up times where we could meet people and meet groups of people that are all interested in fire and really build this very connected fire community. And our final plan for 2021 is a very big one, and it's very important to us. It's promoting financial literacy at the younger levels. We are going to recruit Sanoa and Malia to help us do that, and we envision doing it at elementary schools, middle schools, and high schools. It is a big project that we are excited to tackle, and we're even more excited to tackle it because we'll be doing it with Sanoa and Malia.
So those are our plans for 2021. We would love to hear your plans as well, so leave them in the comments below and let's get a little conversation going. And maybe in 2022, we can come back to the comments in 2021 and be like, did you follow your plans? Because we are gonna hold you guys accountable and you should hold us accountable. And so as usual, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and join the journey.